Alright, welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. We're gonna do some more Fate Grand Order. We're in Ordeal Call 3. Pretty crazy stuff going on. The moon, Dubai situation, a contest to determine what is the best way to eradicate all of humanity. What is the best way for them to go extinct? And there's basically a Holy Grail war sort of set up with masters and servants competing to see which one that is. It's nuts. It's silly. Hello. Hello, Lustful Remnant. Hello, LRX946. Hello, Dante Pendragon. Hello, Neko Cat. I'm having a frustrating day. Nothing that can really be done, I suppose, because dealing with health insurance is always pulling teeth. Always. So, I've got a procedure coming up on the weekend here that I need prior authorization for, and my insurance is like, this isn't medically necessary, because my doctor did a very poor job submitting it, and my insurance is really dumb and not communicating properly with them. An even bigger, much bigger procedure is going on with Ariel on, like, Monday, I think it is, a week from now. And they're giving her shit about that, too, which is insane. So I've been calling them up. I might get a phone call from the insurance during this live stream. It shouldn't take too long when I finally get a hold of somebody. It was getting a hold of somebody that was a bitch. But if they do call back, 99% of the time when somebody says they're going to call you back, they never do. So I'm sick and tired of that. Like, the number of times someone says they're going to call me just this week and never did is enough to, like, slam my head into the wall. But, yeah, so they might call me, and I'll take a quick break. I appreciate your understanding in that endeavor, because these things can never be done in a timely manner, and you kind of have to bend over backwards from when the call comes. Yeah, you got universal healthcare. That is... I've heard benefits, and I've heard bad things. The hard part is it seems like care is harder to access at that point. Like, everything's booked up really far in advance. But right now in the US, that's basically how things are anyway. So not only is the insurance denying all this crap, but doctors are still going to take, like, a couple of months just to schedule an appointment or something. So, yeah, it sucks. Yeah. But yes, Fate Grand Order, that's what we're about. I finished my Nikkei video, which is what I really wanted to do. That's available to all early access supporters. On Patreon, YouTube, Subscribestar, whichever you prefer. And, that'll be available whenever I'm not streaming Fate Grand Order. Like, this week is going to be a Fate Grand Order week, clearly. There's just so much content for that. But yeah. I think during the week that I'm out, which I think is... yeah, it's basically next week, would be more videos dropping, standalone videos. Let's go to the moon. Yes. Wait, this is the summer event. It looks like what I want, but it's not. Instead, we gotta go to... they call it Ordeal Call, but it should just say the Paper Moon. Well, you know, it's not the Paper Moon. What the hell is this? It's just the Bleached Earth. Bleached Earth. Fine, I guess Ordeal Call is fine. Ah, yes, Invader Bunny. I believe we're talking about Tenochtitlan here, who, because of a broad association, the lake of her city, was it Texcoco? Is like the Lake of the Moon, or whatnot. And even though her specific culture doesn't have any connotation between the moon and rabbits, many cultures do, so she is Moon Cancer Bunny Girl. Please set one of the following servants as a starting member. Thank God I have a choice. And I know exactly what that choice is going to be. Okay, they chose correctly there. That is not the lineup I'm going to... Actually, yeah, let's do it this way. And then switch you out with the Castoria. Get you back your proper... Who's got the arts card? Is Canis really arts? I thought she was always Buster no matter what, summer or otherwise. Wait, what? I removed you! Pack, space, travel? There seems to be a bunny motif going on, yeah. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. I knew that song from Evangelion way before anything else. Why would you give Skahawk the wrong element? That's so dumb. She's quick. Give her this. Alright, and then for goodsies, we'll throw in a Merlin. Merlin. Okay. My servant. Of course I want my servant. My servant's better than your servant. And then I get to choose a craft essence. What is your... Are you arts? Are you basta? Okay, you are arts. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, and I tapped the cable. Oh no, you fucker. Sorry, give me a second. How dare you? How dare you? And then it oversaturated again. But I know how to fix it now, so that's easy. You just go in here, configure video, and then... Boop. I have no idea. I will never know why it freaks out and goes hypersaturated like that, but it does. It do. It sure do. Yudai, thank you so much. I have watched your videos for 7 years in Fade and other projects, which made me love it even more. Thank you. You are very welcome. Thank you so much. Also, what do you think of the theory of a foreigner Helena Blavatsky possible one day? Wrong time to tap in? What? What are we talking about? Oh, space travel for the next fight? Is that going to happen? I don't know about Elena Blavatsky. I guess that I never know what Type Moon is planning. I never know what they're planning. So maybe, I guess. Vid went black for like half a second. I've got an HDMI cable that if I so much as tippity tap it, it freaks out. So it's just, it is what it is. Alright, fine. I'm just going to take away Skahawk's craft essence then. I know it sucks, but yeah. There was a gimmick to this fight. She will stun any servant that's not spaceflight capable. This particular fight? You know what? I'll learn as I go. It is what it is. A regular player playing this game would have no fucking clue. Although I do feel like they should tell you that stuff in advance. Sometimes they give you a little hint ahead of time. Like a little notice before you select your party. Is everyone okay? Who's attacking us? The mechanized soldiers! But they've upgraded their specs even more. Oh yeah, we got Edison Alter. They can fly! We can't land a hit on them! And even when we do, it doesn't so much as scratch their armor. They're incredibly accurate too. These are nothing like the soldiers who would just spray bullets every... All of you, get to the shelter of the buildings.
Get to the shelter.
We'll deal with the enemy soldiers. Pumpkinheads, what stupid bullshit is this? I knew you wouldn't let us down, Mrs. Mashu. Good luck, Master Girl. You know, their desire to reuse assets kind of just takes, like, the seriousness, the drama, straight out of this. Okay, so they just had Fate Grand Order Fest, FGO Fest or whatever, which is like, what, the 11th anniversary of JP or something? Or, yeah, there was something like that. I don't remember exactly. And it's insane because they had this really cool anniversary video that shows off, like, a lot of the scenes from, like, the Lost Belts and such, interpreted as perhaps how they would look in anime style, like if it were given an anime, as opposed to being this bland-ass visual novel format that's not even real visual novel, like Mahoyo or something, which looks gorgeous. And it makes it seem all this epic, tremendous, phenomenal stuff, and people are getting all emotional about it, but I'm like, I played through all these events, and not once did I feel like they were this epic. I feel like almost like rose-tinted nostalgia glasses from the Type Moon team. Like, I really wish even a percentage of the actual game experience matched up to the quality of this cutscene. You suggest leveling up Lancer Dobrynia? Makes the coming boss easy? Well, I like her, so that's great. But yeah, the game itself is just goofy shit like this. Probably more so than it is anything serious. People were mentioning, you know, for instance, Jineko. You know, the whole point of Jineko is that in her Lost Belt, she had to wait, like, what was it, like hundreds of thousands of years in isolation, secluded from everyone else, to the point where it was, like, driving her insane. And, now she's just sort of like, I've been through worse, when she's talking about the 19 years she stayed here or whatever. Like characters don't have any, like, long-lasting trauma unless it's convenient for the plot. I don't know what NVL stands for. Novel? Versus ADV. Yeah, I don't know what that style is. I've heard good things about the Rance games, though. And for me, it's not the monologues and the narration so much. The narration can help, but it's more so the effects. The different camera angles and cinematic effects, the amount of assets used to portray a scene. You can't just throw a blank background on and the same generic portraits you've seen like millions of times. There's different poses, there's different facial expressions, there's all this different stuff that really, whatever they're doing there is tremendously better than what Fate Grand Order does. I knew you wouldn't let us down, Mrs. Mashu. Good luck, Master Girl. We can handle Edison's mechanized soldiers easily. Well, that's just it. The action scenes in Fate Grand Order are kind of boring. Whereas the action sequences in Tsukihime and Mahoyo are gorgeous. Whoa. To a certain extent, someone showed up in cosplay of this at Anime Expo. It was rushed. How is it rushed when they had, like, all this time to write the story? Doesn't feel like it was rushed. Like, we were waiting a long time for Ordeal Call 3. At least half a year. Maybe they're putting too much effort into the freaking events. There are very minor points in the story where FGO will actually do a really good job of, or will take some advantage to make something a little more cinematic, like zooming in a portrait, or having characters kind of bounce around, do more animations instead of just, yeah. Oh, I see. One of these guys is a little shit and put guts up. I'm gonna hope I don't have to learn a damn thing about which buffs they just used. Now, is Nikki Teach AoE? I'd like to think she is, but I don't know. For a single enemy, so that's not gonna help. Alright, well, since they're planning to, like, Noble Phantasm the shit out of me, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, let's see how that works. One day get the Arknights treatment and get a full open world game like Wuthering Waves or NTE. You know what? They had every possibility to do that with Fate Grand Order Arcade. They had amazing, gorgeous 3D models of all the characters. Or almost all of them. A lot of them. And they could have just continued down that route and made, instead of an arcade game, a proper, like, console game that could compete with things like Genshin. And instead, you know, Nasu's like, alright, well, we can do all we want with like, Honkai Star Rail. Like, we'll do a couple of collabs and that'll sate people. It's like, no, 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 no. It's like, I want to see bouncy Nikki Teach tits on a 3D model, a gorgeous one, in full console glory. The City of Final Fantasy NT, yeah. Yeah. You think a non-gacha spin-off like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink with the arcade assets would be better? I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but I do think if they want to continue the story the way they're doing with Fate Grand Order, they should stop doing spin-offs and just make Fate Grand Order itself, like, finally evolve, you know? Make a Fate Grand Order 2. Do something of that sort. That I would prefer. Although, I would still play the shit out of a Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. The only problem there is that Relink has, like, no fucking story. You beat the story mode in 15 hours, and then the rest of your, like, 200, 300 hour experience, if you stick with it, is just grind, 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 grind. You fight through a bombardment of bosses, and then they increase the difficulty level, give you those same exact bosses again, but now they're even more of a bitch. And you're just constantly optimizing, min-maxing your character for a specific build. And your only reward for it is to get to fight even stronger enemies. And maybe at one point you'll be so strong you're like, okay, all those enemies that are a royal pain in the ass, now they're a little less of a pain in the ass. Like, if that game didn't have such amazing characters and incredible combat, I would have given up on it ages ago. But I am, like, still kind of enamored by that game, despite a lot of its mechanics pissing me off. Because we've also had a lot of spin-off projects. There's Samurai Remnant, there's Extella. I enjoy those games just fine. But yeah. I want something that's a bigger, more epic RPG experience with all them characters. NTE is amazing. Is it truly living anime world and getting immersed in those characters' vibes? I'm enjoying NTE quite a lot. There was a shorts video on YouTube saying, there's way too much grinding in this game. Like, it takes forever to use your, what do they call it? Your city points or whatever. I forgot, like, activity points for, like, things like taxi driving and whatever. I'm like, just because they give you the means to grind, it doesn't mean you have to grind every single second they let you. That's a bit intense. Like, that game is more fun when I feel like grinding for things I actually want. Like, oh, cool, it would be nice if I earned money so I could buy this car, or something like that. But if I don't want the car, if I don't want the expensive thing, I don't have to just keep grinding. I can play the story when I feel like it, and yeah. Those are Tametomo mobile fighters. In other words, you just copied a servant. They're too strong, too fast. I can't hold them back. Ah! Somebody come to your rescue? Yep. You got the Porsche. Lip, thank you. Oh wait, that was him. Lip, thank you. Bartholomew, would you cover me? The enemy has been targeting me from behind. Ooh, ooh. I've been unable to avoid taking damage. If you guard my back, we can handle one enemy unit on our own. Hey, I hit the notify me button, but still didn't get the notice until 30 minutes. Yep. That's bullshit. That's why, for more updated notifications, I do recommend my Discord. I know a lot of people don't have Discord or don't want to use Discord, but it is at least nifty in that regard, that I'm allowed to ping you whenever there's actually, like, a new video or whatnot. I'm sorry, I can only handle one, too. How many of these things are there? 3. Luckily, we can hold them off on our own. That'll change if even one more shows up. Don't let them get to the main street. That's where they sent the non-combatants. That's where we sent them. Just one of these things would massacre everyone there. Don't worry, my only target is the moon cancer violating the rules. I have no intention of robbing Moon Dubai's citizens of their lives, at least for now. That voice coming from above. What do you think of the quality of life thing FGO just added to the JP server? There's a node that drops 30 Saint Quartz per turn. I think that's insane. I think after all these years, that's not a bad idea, because if you're really talking about the idea, like, of a gacha game like this coming to an end of life, if it ever does, and when it does, I would hope that they can make an offline version of the game. Inherently, that would mean you'd need some way of getting all of these characters without necessarily engaging with the live service element. So, if they go ahead and start transitioning to it, into a system that's less gacha-y, or more accessible, that's probably better, as like a subtle transition toward what could be the end of life of this game. And you never know when it's going to be. It's barely hanging on right now as far as fans still wanting it, even though the story is just like kind of making up new excuses to keep going. Hell, even these ordeal calls are absolutely an excuse to just keep things going. So I think when you think of it that way and people don't want to, you know, give up on it, I get it. Though I do think the answer is to put this game out to pasture and then move on to the next major Fate big project. Hopefully something more in line with more modern games. Of course, I love console games more than anything, like an actual game that's not live service. I'd prefer a bunch of those. But if they really are trying to keep the FGO milk train running, then they know what to do. Good day, Chaldeans. Congratulations on defeating Koyanskaya. But you've gone too far. You should have started with the likes of Astolfo. Bibi Dubai is very upset at having lost her most promising moon cancer candidate. I mean... yeah, but Koyanskaya was about to win. We had to take her out. It was strategic. I think the biggest reason why they don't want to EOS or stop milking the game is due to the sheer level investment many players have in characters. You know, there are ways of transferring someone's investment into Fate Grand Order into something that does in fact transfer to some other game. Like, they could put a program in where the servants you get in this game apply to the next one. I think that would make a lot of sense. Like, they don't have to... yeah. But they also need to evolve. Like, everyone who rolls for a servant in this game knows it's only for this game. Pokemon had a transfer system. It's also due to the fact that Fate is a massive thing in Japan. Well, sure! But Fate could be even bigger. The problem is that Fate Grand Order is taking this luxury position to exist off of the cheapest assets, the oldest game design for any of these mobile games kind of around. And they don't have to compete with the others, but they totally could and should, because I do feel like, in a way, they are getting left behind. And it's only those most loyal fans still sticking to them. Meanwhile, an entire entourage of people who would be more into Fate have gotten exhausted. The Western Fate dungeon crawlers let you import your character from prior game to the one you're currently playing. What do you mean, Fate dungeon crawlers? Moon cancers are discouraged from direct attacks on each other. That privilege is reserved for me. Why? What's going on? Have you gone over to Bibi Dubai's side, oh Moon Elemental? No, I haven't. I support Bibi Dubai's thinking, and the principles underpinning this city wholeheartedly, which is why I formed a Sister City Alliance. I am Metzliapan, the Lake of the Moon. I have always been an avatar of a city named for the moon. Yeah? What's so strange about me becoming a sister city to Moon Dubai? Because you're humanoid right now. You're not actually the city in this point. This is silly. Silly. That someone who's supposed to be our ally can just be our enemy at a drop of a hat. These servants have absolutely no fucking loyalty. Huh? But I thought your sister city was Nagoya. Silence. I'm being serious here, unless you want to be crushed beneath my heel. That's what's going over to the other... That's what going over to the other side is, you city slut. There we go. You know, now that I think of it, you were fawning all over Dubai, even while you kept acting superior. Dubai is an excellent city, that is a fact. Prosperity and hardship are two sides of the same coin. To make an enormous city like this flourish requires hard labor from countless people. In that sense, Dubai and I are aligned. That is why I synchronized with BB Dubai. I am a divine spirit no longer. I am Tenochtitlan, spirit and rabbit of the moon. You may call me Tenochtitlan Bunny. Ugh, this is awful. So you've been in cahoots with BB Dubai since we got here? No, I wondered why I'd become a moon cancer too. I just didn't worry about it, as I noticed no adverse effects. Any doubts I may have had were dispelled as I grew to know Moon Dubai. Everything I do for the good of this city. I am the captain of BB Dubai's Royal Guard, and the protector of my beloved Dubai frame. Oh, that thing. Oh, there's an old Western dungeon crawler series titled Fate. Well, okay. Very different Fate. Thank you for clarifying, Doctor. Now I'm here to purge this city of Moon Cancer Jinako, who has violated the rules by choosing to help you. This is so stupid. Stand in my way, and I will eliminate you. Behold as I demonstrate my authority. One that, by rights, shouldn't be possible on the moon. What are you gonna do? So this is the space fight, isn't it? Is this the space fight? I'm assuming if we're just fighting her, which is what it certainly looks like. Rulers are okay, but what exactly? Characters who can fly in space? How many characters are that? I don't know what characters even qualify. Like, hardly any of them, right? Like, Space Ishtar, I guess, but she's class disadvantage. So, Kukul can... Okay, well, where is she? I haven't used her in ages. I want to use her. Now that you've mentioned her, I must find my Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Where is she? There she is. But she doesn't have a class advantage. Floating servant? Okay, floating servants is a bit of a different thing. I don't have Voyager. Let me check other floating servants. Floating servants. Ooh. Levitating servant. Okay. There's a list of them. Alright. Alright. Oh, Ishtar. Okay. Any of them that are class advantage? Are there any floating rulers, perhaps? Oh, is that why they chose Uesugi Kenshin? Okay, so she can float, apparently. Oh, Kama. Well, except she's class disadvantage. Kiara. It actually did choose fairly well for me, because it also knew that Melusine would be okay for this. So they're stunned if they can't float. Which really sucks for somebody who wants to use Castoria as a support unit. So who else did they add for me? Well, we don't want you. You don't float. So let's throw Cuckoo in as a backup. Cuckoo, or did I see her? She's hiding. Now you. What's your NP? You get the arts. Not you. I don't think Summer Skadi can float. So I don't know what's up with that. You know what? Let's grab Kama. Where's Kama? We know she can do it. And she's quickety-quick, right? Yep. So that works. Now, is she only floating in the Ascension where she's well, we'll have to find that out. Because if Usuki Kenshin in this particular Ascension is going to get penalized, that'll piss me off. That'll piss me off right now. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to change my character skin just to comply with these stupid rules, so let's find out what happens. Alright, well fuck you, game. Wait. But that did just stun Kama. What's going on? Kama's already floating. I see her floating. What the fuck? She's literally floating. Well, you guys said floating servants first. Let me look up space travel servants. What a dumb thing. Space flight able servants is a much smaller and more frustrating list. Alright. So be it. But Kama can't... Oh, I see. They're showing which ascensions are able to do it. I thought Kama was... Kama can fly. What the hell's going on? What ascension is she? Are you not your third ascension right now, Kama? Kama. What the hell? Yeah, you're your third ascension. It says you can fly in your third ascension. I'm looking at it right here. What the fuck? So, I guess I don't understand. Well, of course, Space Ereshkigal, who can do everything. Okay. Are there any rulers I can use? They designed it so there are no rulers, so there is no class advantage for this entire fight. So I could just use whomever the fucks I want. It says I can use CL. I wouldn't mind that. Where is she? And it doesn't specify an ascension for her. It doesn't mention one for Cuckoo either, so I don't know, man. This is weird. Where is she? Ha. Then we need one more. Regular Ishtar can do that, so I'll grab her. It's been ages since I've used her. I can't even find her in my lineup anymore. There you are. There you are. Alright. So let's see here. Okay, that works. That works. What are you? You arts? No, you're Buster. Alright, let's see what the hell happens. I'm looking at the wiki. It's got a whole category of space flight compatible servants, and I'm following the instructions. Why does comma not count? That is so bizarre. Wait, what the? Oh, right, I forgot. What? So she doesn't have crit stars, she can't do jack shit. Is that the idea? I forgot. I like how it doesn't say for extra power. The description of these buffs is always absolute shit. Kama don't appreciate what you just done to her. That didn't do jack shit for damage, but at least we charmed her. Oh man, what a weak ass thing. Kama is actually really, really powerful. So the fact that that didn't work is upsetting. At least I used her while I could. Let's see what this does. It's been a long time since I used her. God, she's got a lot of H puzzles. Damn H puzzles. And to think that the wiki that told me it was okay to use Kama was completely misled. God, the damage numbers are so low. How does she have so much defense? It's probably just so they can make this one of those, like, endurance fights or whatever. Yeah, I figured the fight would be over after this. So stupid. Floods on the moon? Unbelievable. You think you've won? You actually think I was taking that battle seriously? I told you, my target is Jinako. If you're all here, then none of you are protecting her. I know where she is, too. The execution device should be making mincemeat of her right now. The execution device? What? Oh no, Jinako! What is the execution device? Yikes, the battle out there is getting loud. Are they fighting a servant? I wonder if they're as awesome as Karna. Anyway, if the enemy's a servant or something just as strong, then I better get the militia out of here. This is Jinako. I repeat, this is Jinako. Run away! Let Sarah's team handle defense. The rest of you evacuate to Area E. The Koyan Mall is safe right now. Ah, something's grinding away at the door. It sounds like meat being cut with a chainsaw. Wound cancer Jinako detected. Executing. It's some kind of blender! I knew it! What are you gonna do to my precious flab? This reminds me a lot of the ending of the new Code Geass. Was it Rose? Of the recapture? Or something like that, Rose. Yeah, I forgot what the rest of the Rose part was, but yeah. Now you get to do that all over again with all her break bars. Well, hopefully her defense is a little different now. Wait, I saw blood. Did it actually grind her or not? Or somebody just knocked it out? Unforeseen attack. Critical damage incurred. Mission failed. Mission failed. Hey, that's... Yep, it's CL. Thank gosh. I swear, as an outsider, I've been doing my best not to get involved. But I can't let this kind of destruction continue unabated. Losing this ward, Old Dubai, would be a cultural loss for everyone. So in order that we retain this rich, scintillating culinary culture, I will dispatch these invaders. Basically, she's hungry. What? Who is that? You don't know who she... We literally just saw her before. It's not like she's put on a disguise. Ooh, I have to use her? Can I use her and my own version too? They keep choosing the wrong servants. Can I also use her? That would be nice. Get some double CL up in here. Yeah, I can. Double CL. Been reading any good manga? Lately, no. But I have been getting back into reading the original Slayer's light novels, which is cool. She is wearing glasses. True that. True that. Okay, so now that we know that Kama does not, in fact, count as a space flight character, which makes 0 sense, who else was working? I can't remember who I just took with me. Oh yeah, Cuckoo. She was okay. Did you buy the other CL outfit? No, I don't care about that one. I only want the swimsuit. The actual freaking bikini. Doesn't say I have to use a particular version of Space Ishtar, so let's go find her. In fact, where the hell... There she... Oh, wait, no, that would be a bad idea. Never mind. Regular Ishtar's just fine, then. Ooh, gotta choose 2 more. Can I really use Penthesilea? Only if you make her the Amazoness CEO, apparently. Which I don't want to do, so never mind. Where's my MHXX? I want her. I never know where I keep her. It's so easy to get lost in all the servants. Don't I have her? Of course I do. Where is she? Where the fuck did she go? She would have been an SSR, so she should be in this upper tier. Am I just blind? Where is she? I could have sworn I had her. Oh, you are. I guess you were just a regular SR. My bad. My misunderstanding. And then you get to the Hertz one. Okay. Now I've got an idea. Yeah, let's see if this will work. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if there was just a search option? Nikkei has a search option. The character in the thumbnail is the person we're fighting right now, which is Tenochtitlan in her summer form. Okay, so she gets a lot more buffs that I don't, which is unfair. But since nobody here got knocked over, can I bring in... Can I bring in my Castoria? Or is she gonna get hit by waves? No, she's not. You can use her if you swap her in. That's certainly what it looked like. Hadouken! Still taking shit for damage. I was really hoping for more damage to come out of that. It's actually kind of convenient that you can do this. Just like steal all the focus for yourself for a turn. Castilian? Castilian? I'm assuming that's autocorrect from the phone or something. She'll be stunned for one turn next turn, yes. It's weird she has those weird, like, robot arms. I mean, it's because her city is a mech. I forgot that part. She can Power Rangers her ass through. God, good damn autocorrect. Mother Ducker. Son of a beach. Together with Summer BB, you get some fun working. Some fun working what? Oh my god, she's shooting Arcade on Arcoade Neko on the tip of the arrow. I forgot about that. Dude, she's got really good battery. She's a looper. Seal's a looper. She's shooting another arc, Neko arc. What about the NP? Oh, I only had to break 2 bars. Well, that was actually really easy. You saying Mimiga? Wouldn't that be like ears? Like my ears! I have no idea if that's what she's actually saying, though. I remember these attacks now. They're the mysterious servant we encountered while we were sightseeing. BB Dubai did say not to exaggerate. Did say not to engage with servants from outer space. Fine, I suppose Jinako has been punished enough. Besides, she's a coward of a moon cancer. I doubt very seriously she'll so much as consider trying to win the election after this. She wasn't trying to win. She was just harboring criminals! Come back to your senses, Tenochtitlan! My senses are the same as ever. You, on the other hand, should do the smart thing and stay out of trouble until the election ends. Just to be clear, I'm not retreating. I'm just going home now that my job is done. This was a warning for your sake. I hope you come to realize your own true feelings as soon as possible. A winner will be chosen from among the moon cancers, regardless of what kind of person they may be. I'm counting on you to make the right choice, otherwise it'll be too late. Alternatively, if cat girl in Japanese is literally translated as cat ears, then maybe it's rabbit ears? Usagi Mimi? I think after a certain point they just start calling it Kenomini, which is just like beast ears. Kemono Mimi. What was that all about? At least she didn't hit you with whatever she threw at you, Master. It looks like some kind of membership card. Her taste is absolutely atrocious. These patterns look like writing of some kind. Weird. They seem legible, but I can't read them. It's just a warning, no big deal. More importantly, why can't she read it? Hello, sorry if I overstepped back there. Not at all, you were a huge help. I believe we met before, but let me just make sure. You said you were CL the Executor, right? Yes, that's me. I'm glad you remember. Oh, and don't worry about Jinako. She's safe. Old Dubai wouldn't survive without her, so I made a point of protecting her. So you're here on Moon Dubai too, huh? Always have been. Yes, I was very surprised when the cityscape changed all of a sudden. So she didn't intend to come to Moon Dubai, she came to sightsee. But it then just wound up being this place instead. I could tell the time for sightseeing was over, so I've been looking into what's going on myself. But after 8 days without food, I got pretty hungry. Unfortunately, there were no decent restaurants anywhere. Unfortunately. Then I smelled something tantalizing coming from this direction, and somehow made it here, fighting for my life all the way. Chakarim, was it? He took very good care of me after I got here. I was just starting in on my second helping when the attack started. I see. And I take it you're a Chaldean? Or a servant on humanity's side? Yes, of course. The whole reason I was dispatched to this time and sector was because we detected a distortion in humanity here. That said, our missions are similar, but they aren't exactly the same. Which is why I've been doing my best to keep my distance and not get involved. I mean, I'm a moon cancer too, right? So you probably would have thought I was your enemy. I didn't have a way to prove otherwise. Well, we don't think that now. Will you help us? You want help from a shady lady like me? You do realize I'm a mysterious executor, right? You're not shady at all. We've worked with fucking Kirei before. We can tell you're righteous and pure of heart just by being near you. Yeah, there aren't many servants who exude lawful good to this degree. Indeed, you remind me of Sir Galahad, or perhaps I should say Mashu. At any rate, keeping old Dubai safe, as you just done, would be a great help. Yeah, we don't care that you're a moon cancer. Hell, Master Sarah here doesn't even bat an eye at working with beasts. Huh, Sarah? Did you say Sarah? Then you must be the legendary master who brought the recipe for homemade curry to the Sapphire Galaxy. Ah. Is she talking about that incident? Space Ishtar and Jane must have popularized it. What an incredible stroke of luck. It seems I have no choice but to be your friend now. Alright, allow me to introduce myself properly this time. So, this is specifically CL from the Servant verse, which makes sense because in the Servant verse, everybody is a servant, even humans. There are no regular humans, it's all servants. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. There's no reason to explain how she was otherwise being possessed by another divine spirit or something like that. My name is CL. I'm an executor and anti-vampire specialist, which I guess they have vampires in fucking Servant-verse as well, huh? I can't help you out as much as I'd like, but please don't hesitate to call on me in an emergency. There's only so much I can reveal about my oh-so-mysterious position, but I'll be happy to assist as much as I'm permitted. Yippee skippy! Old Dubai again! So correct, we got 7, 8, and 9, right? And then we done for until tomorrow, it looks like, right? So are we getting more unlocked tomorrow at reset, which is like tomorrow night, or like midday, I wonder? Is there going to be maintenance? I don't know. Sabah al-Khair, everyone. I appreciate you all being right on time for breakfast. Despite the fighting? Although, is Passion Lip not here? I see, so she's still in sleep mode. Well, that makes sense. She does consume the most energy. Anyway, I'm sorry to keep asking so much of you, but for some jobs, I think it's best to have all of you helping. Mashu and Percival, I'd like you to continue training our militia. Nikitich, once Lip wakes up, I'd like you to conduct a force reconnaissance in Area E. The Laughing Moon Night Brigade has been acting strangely since last night. They've been at least 20% louder than usual. Knowing them, they're likely just caught up in some new trend. Even so... Understood. We'd be glad to help, right, Sir Percival? Of course. We'll keep things simple but challenging. We'll have to get Chakaram to help out too. You need a lot of nutrients to build healthy bodies. Our bodies don't grow or change no matter what we eat. But never mind that now. Did they specify a specific time? Do you know, Neko Cat? Got it. I'll head out with Lip as soon as she's awake. But did you say Area E? I thought the Laughing Moon Night Brigade was set up in Area F. Because if it is reset tomorrow, I won't be able to stream until Wednesday. Know what I'm saying? Because that's like, for me, like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, I'm not going to start a stream that late. It is, but now that Koi and Sky is gone, they've claimed a corner of the mall as their own. Please chase them off and if their numbers seem manageable, since the mall is still a crucial manufacturing facility. What about Bartholomew and me, Hasara? You two will be on sandworm duty as usual. A few more rounds and you should be able to perform simple summons like usual. That said, you've been working a little too hard lately, so I want you to take it easy this morning. Then I'll use the morning to go work on the ship in the harbor, since I got rest during the Koyan Mall operation. Great, then it's settled. See you tonight. Jinako said to give you her regards too, by the way. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Hello. More faceless dudes. Oh, I think I'm finally getting that call. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, that was not what I thought it was. It was a good call. Hooray! An important one still. So, yeah. It's funny, I get calls from people who I'm not expecting, but when I'm actually awaiting a call back from someone, I don't get it. At least as if it's like an institution or something. Friends are a little different, I guess. Hey, wasn't there a cafe around here? You mean like McDonald's? With the robot? Welcome, what can I get for you? You're looking for something you can enjoy on the go? How about this beverage, then? Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Oh, you again. You know about vampires? I mean, true ancestors? I see. So that's how you know about executors. If you don't mind my asking, what kind of true ancestor did you meet? When? Where? A long time ago in a completely digital world. She was blonde, she had red eyes, and she was terrifying but beautiful. Yep. If you play Pokemon, then you do know the iconic short theme of your Pokemon evolved? You mean like the little music that plays when a Pokemon evolves? I don't know it off the top of my head, though. It's been ages since I've actually played Pokemon. Oh, her white outfit was also pretty memorable. And her monk companion was also quite a character as well. Was that Monji Gato? Wait, please no more. Anything else and I'll end up with a headache. Now I'm trying to remember how we got... Is the Arcuade that we've got in Fate Grand Order also a Moon Cancer or somebody from the Servant verse? What was her circumstance? Why is she allowed to be a servant? Yeah, in Fate Extra, one of the participating masters and servants is Monji Gato, who's a weird, like, Buddhist monk guy. And he's obsessed with Arcuade, who's gonna be like... You know, I'm not sure how Arcuade was classified as a servant in the Moon Cell either, now that I think about it. Nasu breaking all the rules again. But yeah, like, Arcuade's master, and this was Berserker Arcuade, so she wasn't very, like, talkative or intelligent, I guess. The Japanese patent offices are rejecting the patents Nintendo filed specifically for their lawsuit against Pocket Pair's Pal World. I think calling it Pocket Pairs was just like a victory lap in their face, because that is really pushing the bounds. It's like, we stand proud as a Pokemon knockoff that's beating Pokemon at their own game. Anyway, what are you doing out here, Sarah? Taking a walk? Ciel, you're having tea at Master Buck's with... Hey there, looks like we meet again. Yeah, I can't remember, did we get... Was Arcuade associated with a story event at any point? Or was she just kind of dropped on us as a freebie? I mean, not a freebie, not a welfare, but just kind of without context. Looks like we meet again. Gym Guy! Would you play Pal World? Me, personally, probably not. Mainly because I've got a lot of other games on my plate right now. And the stuff I saw of Pal World back before it became its official release didn't look that interesting to me. From a gameplay's perspective, anyway. Oh, you two already know each other? Sounds like you met under unusual circumstances. I still haven't actually introduced myself yet, though. There was always something more pressing going on every time we met. Well, better late than never, I guess. My name's just Kishinami Hakuno. I'm also a digital human, just like the citizens of Moon Dubai. The hotel decided to close their gym, so this seemed like a good time to come to Old Dubai. Thanks again for helping us out back then. Not at all. I'm sorry I took so long to introduce myself. I heard about your recent exploits. They say you defeated one of the moon cancers. Be careful, though. This world isn't like the one you know. According to BB Dubai's broadcast, you're an old human here from the 21st century. You can get injured on the battlefield. If you get killed, there's no coming back. These AI people are different. They don't mind if they damage or even destroy their frames. Some of them will even be willing to sacrifice their bodies just for a chance at harming you. Survival must be your priority. You can't take pity on your enemies, and you also shouldn't let yourself get hung up on AIs becoming collateral damage. This world is already done for. You need to focus on getting back to your world safely, not on saving this Apsaris world. Apsaris world? That's, how someone else and I refer to this world. It's neither a singularity nor a pruning theoretical phenomenon. Think of it as a branch that grew close to the trunk of official history, but still deviated. It's very similar to your own world. It even prospered more than yours did. Ironically, its history came to an end for that very reason. We call these ephemeral branches Apsaris branches. But please keep that just between us, if you don't mind. Only one other person ever refers to this world like that. It's so embarrassing. You're a very kind person, aren't you, Kishinami? It sounds to me like what you're really trying to tell Sarah is that it's not her fault if the people of Moon Dubai end up getting hurt. I was just pointing out a few facts as a neutral third party. What about you, CL? What do you think of Moon Dubai? You're from the Servant-verse, right? It's completely different than our universe. Or is it one that's just a few cycles ahead of ours? I took a brief look at the records on it once, but I still don't really understand. The Servant-verse, huh? Now that you mention it, we do sometimes see servants from there getting stranded. I don't know much about it, though. Even though she knew about Servant-verse Curry? Anyway, I do get the sense that the citizens of Moon Dubai are a lot like servants. They're composed of data, making them immortal. If they die, they just pop right back to life. The important thing is that they're not getting a do-over. When they die, they pick up right where they left off. In that sense, both the people of Moon Dubai and the Sapphire Galaxy deny the cycle of reincarnation by virtue of being indestructible. That in turn leads to the afterlife closing up shop. No underworld, no hell, no paradise of Eden either, depending on how you look at it. In a world where there are no dead, the underworld loses meaning, even its name. That's what happened to the goddesses of the underworld from the Sapphire Galaxy's origin universe. Are you talking about Ereshkigal? Probably. They have the same name, so they must be the same being. The goddess of the underworld in the Sapphire Galaxy was also known as Anki Ereshkigal. She was the final destination for the souls of the dead, a primal goddess who was essentially a dark gravity field that gained consciousness. A calamity who became an evil of humanity and threatened the entire Sapphire Galaxy to punish humanity for becoming immortal. Oh, I didn't know there were 3 of you having tea together. You're the servant who rescued Jinako. You seem to be another AI. Which tower are you from? I've never seen a frame like yours before, since it's still forbidden to develop new humanoid frames. I'm guessing yours must be a very old model, especially since you're not using bioskin or polymers. You got it. This is a very old-fashioned frame. I have one with a 21st century student uniform too. I've always been into retro stuff. Anywho, I'd better be on my way. I only just moved to Old Dubai, so I still need to look for a place to live. So he's a new AI in town. We'll have to start thinking about making space for others like him. At any rate, it's time to go sandworm hunting, Sarah. Don't make me fight one again. The more you catch, the more Old Dubai will flourish. Those worms use cultivated muscle to expand and contract. I'm sure everyone would appreciate having real meat instead of the processed stuff. You're telling me those robot worms are edible? Huh, so that's why Old Dubai's meat dishes are so juicy. I couldn't help but overhear. If it wouldn't be imposing, could I join you? All appearances to the contrary, I'm actually a woman of the cloth, so it would be my honor to fight for this world and the moon. I mean, for the meat. So, yeah, Aresh Kigal goes beastie beast because she feels like she no longer has purpose now that there's no death in the servant verse. I suppose, anyway. Out in the desert, gonna fight another wormy. The desert is out of Moon Dubai's range, which means that's right, yours truly, the ever-dependable BB Cosmo is here. Since it's just you and Captain Bartholomew today, Senpai, I'm going to show you my full repertoire of killer cosmetic techniques. Sorry, cosmic techniques. Well, that was the plan anyway, before I saw you'd brought someone new along. Don't tell me you ensnared another lady, Sarah. I didn't ensnare her, she's been helping us out. You must be Caldea's, BB. I'm CL. It's a pleasure to meet you. Don't worry, I'm doing everything I can to not get involved in your affairs. I would never want to obstruct work as important as yours, so I'll just be quietly cheering you on from the sidelines. I see. So you know your place, or at least understand the differences between our worlds. Well, that's because Passion Lip is a branch off of BB. BB created a bunch of alter egos of herself. And she herself is a AI version of Sakura Mato. So they're all Sakura faces. Real talk, I usually can't deal with people in the servant verse, so that's good to hear. My top priority is getting Sarah and Mashu back to Caldea safely. But if I'm going to do that, there are a fair few other problems I need to solve first. So even if you're on the mysterious side, it's good to know we've got a heavy hitter like you on our side. Plus, while you may not have any relationship with Caldea, you do seem to have a connection to one of those moon cancers. So when it's their turn, I'll be counting on you to fight like your life depends on it. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Mr. Roberts has just spotted a sandworm. He's bringing the ship about to face it with all the grace and gentleness of a cotton tuft drifting in the wind. Master, I have a sandworm's tail in my sights. I'm trying to sneak up on it as we speak. Sorry to disturb you while you were relaxing with the lovely ladies, but could you call them to the deck? Oh, they're already here. Were you all just on standby or something? No, the ship's guide just told us what was happening right away. Should she not have? Hardly. I would never criticize a sailor for being considerate. My job is perfectly stress-free thanks to our guide. I'm something of a coward, so I always get nervous about steering ships, no matter how sturdy they might be. You're just a total pansy. I was never able to enjoy myself freely like the other pirates. But not now. Now I can just relax and take in the wind. Well, kind of a shame it's a desert wind instead of a sea wind, but what can you do? Mr. Roberts, if you have the time, could you explain the differences between wind and land and wind at sea? I'd rather not. From a data standpoint, they should be identical, so I'm having trouble understanding your claim that sea wind is superior. Okay, Senpai, time to get to work. Let's just ignore that bullshit. We're right on top of this sandworm, thanks to Bartholomew's astonishing sailing skills. So let's take it down quickly, and give those two some private time. That's weird. You find Bartholomew having sex with the ship. I'm in love with an AI. Alright. So we've got that version. Oh yeah, Big Titty Monk. Where are you? There you are. It's weird having the ability to use all my servants again. Who's equipping all these craft essences? No, Merlin, no.
That's a bad Merlin, no.
Who's my favorite servant? Artoriet and Mordred. I can hardly pick between the two. That should do. Who built these fucking sandworms anyway? Are they remnants from the war between humans and AI back then? Now what is your whole spiel? What did you just spiel on yourself? You're invincible, blah 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 blah. Okay, so we can just kick his ass. Kick his ass. Okay, Tremors. It's time to die! Huh, so you didn't break him. Then again, she doesn't have class advantage. I'm just using her because she's here. Tactical creepy cat incoming! My throat's all weird. Hold on a second.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can kinda do foe, but it's not as clear and elegant. I'm all stuffed up. It's been very stuffy lately. That's a little better. Neko Arc Bow is indeed ridiculous. So silly. I don't remember seeing BB Cosmo's NP, but I guess we're going to now, unless she's, like, sealed. Oh yeah, no, this is her farting on them. We've seen this before. Ew. You just call yourself Ciel-sama? Come on, man. Aren't you a little full of yourself? Great job. We'll be eating well tonight. Nice work, Senpai, now that the worm's been defeated. I'll grab it with my tractor beam and send it over to old Dubai like usual. That's nifty. The wind's so gentle today. I feel like we could go after one more. What do you think, Master? As long as I don't have to do the fighting. I know Hasara said not to work yourself too hard, but... Guide, can you point the sonar to the southwest? I just saw a sail out beyond the sand dunes. Gyar. It looks like there are two hot rod ships from Area F there. One large, one small. It appears that the large ship is in pursuit of the small one. Shall I display the video footage? Sure. If the feed shows anything too disturbing, go ahead and cut it. Very well. Give it up, nerd. We don't need you anymore. Though I will say it was real nice of you to come along on this makeup cruise. Are they attacking their own master? You know, I'm sorry I keep poking and prodding at you all this time. I see now I never should have bothered. Now that we're gonna be done with you for good, I got no problem letting bygones be bygones, see? We're making up already. Oh! Hey, Tony! Oh, please, stop this! You're going to sink my ship! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! All I did was encourage you not to solve everything with violence. That's just it, Anthony. We can't take you raining on our parade any longer. Every time Lord Astolfo comes up with a beautiful idea, you always find flaws somewhere. Hello, Devil Knight. If I have to see that beautiful face and melodic voice say, sorry, never mind then, again, well, I don't ever want to see it again, and we won't have it, and we won't have to once you're gone. Yeah, but I thought the servants needed a master. Yeah, there's no place for you in the Laughing Moon Knight Brigade. You're just gonna have to get eaten by a sandworm and try again in a new frame. To be fair, he will just come back. Maybe then he'll finally understand our there is no tomorrow mentality. Look at the rabbit run! I'm sorry, do you mind if I cut the feed here? I don't think I can watch anymore. That's fine. Man, they really are nihilistic. Well, now that we know what's happening, we can't just stand back and watch. Clearly, they've had a falling out with their group. Yeah, it seems like the master here is more of like a figurehead than anything, you know? But then again, they were able to give those ridiculous command spells out. Clearly, they've had a falling out within their group. But ganging up on someone like that is just plain wrong. I agree. Purging one of their members when their leader isn't looking is a horrible thing. I can't stand to see it either. Let's go save that AI. Fortunately, they're so preoccupied with chasing him that they still haven't noticed us. Bartholomew? You're good enough with a ship that you should be able to ram them from the side so we can board them, right? Of course. It'll be easier than making my bed after waking up. Are you ready to get started, Master? Definitely. Charge! Huh. Dope! Hate having to set up my whole party from scratch every time. Well, easy problem to solve. Musashi! Miyamoto! You always equip the wrong craft essences to the wrong servants. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Stop! Make sure to have Pierce Invul or Sure Hit. God damn it. They're gonna dodge again. Why does it always have to be a gimmick? Stop giving me gimmick fights. Because I don't have that. Not off the top of my head. Oh, you're all servants, eh? Okay, what kind of bullshit buffs are you gonna put on me today? Let's all blame Tristan for being the dipshit this time. Who's joined the wrong fucking set of knights. Only 2 left, though. Well, that's for everybody. Damn it. Damn, 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 damn. Oh well, I can make that work. I am not afraid. And the noble phantasm hurt him anyway, so I'll take it. Was that Neko arc screaming when Ciel got shot? That's weird, bruh. That's weird, Nkai. Would smash with this nihilistic version of Bradamante. Would smash for any version of Bradamante, pretty much. Bye-bye! How's the story going? Oh, it's going. You're doing alright. How about yourself, Gumi? How are you doing today?
And you are dead. Not a big surprise.
Oh, my Musashi has Pierce invulnerability. Right, thank you. I always forget that. Musashi is awesome. She really is the best. Thank you for saving me, but, you're the old human master and her servants, right? Why would you help me? I'm the master from Area F who summoned Astolfo, remember? I can't think of a single reason you have to rescue me. I can. You tried to stop them from fighting us. Oh, I guess I did, didn't I? Not that my efforts did any good, and you'd be melting in the heat with a suit like that on the desert. I'm not surprised this happened. The Knights and I couldn't really get on the same page, no matter how hard I tried. But I still had a sliver of hope that they would start taking things more seriously at some point. And you can see where that got me. If not for you, I'd be baking in the desert sun about now. So you just couldn't completely abandon your rationality, huh? I get it. You seem like a pretty conscientious guy to begin with. Doing good, you hear about the next Nikkei coming to Nikkei got us a victory? I saw bits of the Persona event. Personally. That's what I was seeing. Well, yeah, I get it. But if that's the case, doesn't he look like he's sweating on his cheek? At least for comedic effect. Which proves he can sweat if he feels like it. Yes, I'm aware. That's why I was one of the few citizens chosen to become a master. Ben, Ryudai, and I were the only ones who had the ability and aptitude for it. So I just can't stop being rational. Even if I could, I don't think it's the right thing to do. Humanity may be gone, and we may know we have no future. But I'm sure us being alive still had some greater purpose. So I really don't believe humanity would have just somehow died out from merely losing our rational minds. Then again, I did summon Astolfo. Does that mean I secretly have a desire like that? It means you've got a fetish for femboys. Unchecked carnal lust. The only one I saw that we were getting for sure was Yukiko, is what it looked like. Who is not my top pick, honestly, but we'll see. Yikes. Looks like Anthony here is one step away from a full-blown existential crisis. But I guess I can't blame him. Summoning Astolfo would be pretty world-shattering for just about any AI. As an AI myself, I can definitely sympathize there. So, on that note, when is that event happening? I'm assuming after Project Matisse finishes up. Senpai, would you take Anthony back to old Dubai with you? I promise you he's completely harmless. Moon Dubai's masters are merely a means of summoning servants. You won't need to worry about Astolfo discovering your location by sensing where he is or anything like that. Sure, I don't mind, but I can't speak for the others. Don't worry about that, it won't be a problem. Now that Anthony has parted ways with Astolfo, he's a free AI. As long as there's no human around ordering them to do so, AIs don't fight other AIs. Well, the thing about Nikke is that most important characters still wind up being tossed into the standard banner. So you can get, like, really good limited time, where, you know, they had a limited time banner where they had a raid up, but you can still wind up pulling a lot of the amazing characters in the game. The only ones that don't show up again are collaboration characters. But at the same time, I'm not as big a fan of the collab characters. There's a couple I use. There's Asuka from Evangelion. I use, forgot her name, from Licorice Recoil. The blonde. Otherwise, I tend not to. I guess there's also, was it A3 from Automata? As long as there's no human around ordering them to do so, AIs don't fight other AIs. Assuming Anthony himself is okay with it, you should have no problem adding him to your team. In that case, we'd be glad to have you, Anthony. Hey, Tony, get over here. Chisato, thank you. Thank you, Gumi. Aldea's master isn't so bad. You're nothing like the barbaric old humans I've read about in the archives. There have been a few collabs. A lot of them extremely forgettable, like that Chainsaw Man one. Thank you, I'd love to come along with you to old Dubai. When the alternative is death. But you could just keep dying and it's not a big deal, right? Okay, I'm going to go get a drink at Master Buck's. Their coffee is really good. And I'm going to stop by Chakaram's restaurant to discuss tonight's menu. Don't worry, everyone here is really nice. Yes, I know, the Laughing Moon Night Brigade dragged me to this plaza a number of times before. I like Chisato's goofy attitude, as well as the fact that she wears sexier clothes. Old Dubai never changes. It looks just like it did during the old humans' time. Hey, good work out there. We got the Sandworm Corpse right on time. A Kill la Kill collab might work. Oh my god. I would wail on that. I would wail so hard. It's just that none of them use guns. So it wouldn't really make any sense. Gurren Lagann, however. You could get Yoko in there. She's only the only real character you would need. And she alone would be enough because... Goddamn. Yoko, Yoko, Yoko. That would be so appropriate, don't you think? She's already, like, the perfect character for that kind of collab. This should be done by... Hang on, Anthony, is that you? Yes, it is. These people were kind enough to save me from a pretty serious bit of trouble. There's no place for me in Area F anymore, so I decided to live here instead. I see. I'll ask you to fill me in later. For now, we should tell Jinako. Bro, Nikkei is not gonna go end of service next year. That game is making way too much money. It is doing so well right now. There's like no way. That would be insane. Like, even if they found a way to wrap up the storyline entirely, they would still find a way to keep the game going, I think, too, in some capacity. Just through events and other things. I mean, I know the story is taking some pretty crazy steps forward, but I'm pretty sure the devs are good enough to... Yeah. No, I think they're gonna work it out just fine. I'll ask you to fill me in later. For now, we should tell Jinako. The Stellar Blade collab just made sense, because it's literally within the company. Huh? Wait, hold on. What is this? What's going on here? What do you mean? Is there something weird about the buildings? No, not the buildings. The AIs. Why are they all working? Yeah, like if you were at Anime Expo, you would see just how packed the Nikkei booth was. Entirely, from start to finish. The entire time. We got there on Friday. Thursday. Because it was 4 days of the con. And they said that just to walk around the merch shop, there was reservations that were extended to the following day. Just to, like, walk in the booth and do the kind of, like, the little loop around thing where you buy their stuff. Yeah, none of the other ones were like that. The summer event did good. Which is funny, because I didn't actually go for any of the summer servants, or the summer Nikkeis. I do like the characters, but yeah. Of course, if they gave me summer milk, I'd have to. And it doesn't help that they have a habit of making the summer characters, the summer Nikkeis, have bigger boobs than they did originally. Which for me is like, a lot of them already have really big boobs, so I don't need them to do that. Like, okay, no, I thought they were the perfect size already, thank you very much. Like Marciana in particular. It's like she would... And she looks kind of goofy with the whole penguin getup. I did want Cinderella, but she would not come home. And I didn't feel like using my tickets on her. No, not the buildings, the AIs! Why are they all working? Why are third gens doing jobs meant for first gens? Well, that's the thing. Clearly it's a win to the people who are buying those skins. But I don't think of it as an increase in sexiness. I thought they were already ideally sized. And making them bigger just gets comical at a certain point. Like, everyone is BB or something. No, sorry. Everyone being like Passion Lip or whatever. Maybe not quite that bad, but it's pretty bad. I had enough tickets to do it, but I was always thinking to myself, there's always going to be another character around the corner, and maybe I need them. Now, I got really confused recently because I got Viper. Viper was using a new outfit. I bought a new outfit for her because it was amazing. But then I started to actually use her in combat, and she has this weird setup where not only is she a 40-second cooldown for a number 2 burst, but she I don't know, she like threw off the whole combo. I'm not sure, there's some weird gimmick to her special that makes her kind of not useful. I don't know if it was a glitch or whatever, but... Third gens are the new humans, freed from the burden of labor. That's why AI exists in the first place. So why are they reenacting a scene straight out of an old humanity history book? Easy there, Anthony. Settle down. Settle down, baby. Maybe for an upper-class citizen like you, living like this looks crazier than the Laughing Moon Night Brigade. But all the third gens who came to Old Dubai did so because they wanted to work, whether on big jobs or small ones. We're not denying the basic principles of AI personhood, and this isn't nostalgia for the old times. We just wanted to be responsible for something. And isn't it the right of every citizen of Moon Dubai to pursue what they want? Want to be responsible for something? You took another break, because with all the gachas I'm already playing, I tend to only play 5 of them regularly. Well, absolutely, Nikkei is one of those for me. It has to be one of those. I've been, not entirely disregarding, but certainly stepping down with my interest in Zenless Zone Zero. I feel like the game has really strayed from the original identity it had, and all the new locations and all the new seasons are just too far removed culturally from that cool city vibe feel. And my favorite characters like Nicole are literally getting like pushed out of the story. I haven't seen her in ages. It's very sad. Meanwhile, pretty much every character in the game that they introduce now kinda has a similar style. Like, people have pointed out tons of similarities, and they're all these sort of like... I mean, they're all bodysuits, and I'm sick and tired of that. In that case, I have no objections, but if you keep this sort of thing up, then eventually... Eventually what? I'm not sure, but something just about seeing this put me in a bad state of mind. Like, if we're still doing jobs we don't need to do anymore, what does that say to the old humans who had no choice but to do them? But I'm probably just overthinking it. I'm certainly not about to criticize Old Dubai's people. Petite girls need love in Nikkei as well? I mean, that's why we just got Laplace. A new version of Laplace. She's very petite. And adorable. No, Nikkei does understand that there's all sorts of types. So for every character that I don't like for being too dummy thick or having too big of boobs or something, there's a whole onslaught of other characters who do fit my criteria to the letter. They're just not as popular sometimes, I guess. I'm gonna be living here from now on too, after all. The job, huh? Maybe I'll try working one too. I wonder what sort of job I should try. No need to be so serious about it. No one here has to do anything they don't want to, including you. You can just keep living like you're, living your life like usual. Here, Sarah. I'll show Anthony around for his first day. You go report back to Jinako. Mashu should be there too about now. And that last sandstorm should have given you the resources you need. Sorry, sandworm should have given you the resources you need. We now have a full party. Finally. Yeah, no, Laplace is so cool. I admire her so much. Like, she's not like my sexiest waifu in the list or anything like that, but she's just so endearing as a person. When I see all those gacha being criticized because of characters having some of the same design patterns, I'm like, it's a trend that maybe is getting old in the big 2026. I'm still playing Zenless Zone Zero. I've just pretty much only pay attention to it when there's new story chapters, or in this case, a summer event, which obviously I'd want to play. But even then, Zenless Zone Zero has the lamest fucking swimsuits for the new characters. The only one that's even halfway decent this year is Lucy's, because it's the only bikini. Like, the average NPC walking around the beach resort in that game, I think, is dressed more sexily than half the characters. The newest one, Remiel, her summer outfit is more conservative than her default. It's like, what? What? You know, the only time that would ever be expected would be somebody like Ishtar, who by nature is pretty much just walking around in a bikini anyway. It's a Chinese-made game, but so is, Neverness to Everness. And isn't Wuthering Waves also? They're delivering great. Then there's Snowbreak. I can't tell if Brown Dust is Korean or not, but I don't even think Jane has that much of a provocative swimsuit, in my opinion. And I'm still really, really, really pissed off with what they did with Promea, because they showed off the original design for Promea, and she had this, like, sexy midriff micro-bikini thing going on underneath her cloak, which I thought was really, really cool. And then they went ahead and fucking gave her a bodysuit after people had a backlash and wind up throwing a hissy fit. So, the character I was really excited about is basically gone. Yep. Brown Dust 2 is Korean, and they're dealing with censorship stuff, which sucks. Censorship stuff that I guess that Nikkei is just not having a problem with. Then again, Brown Dust 2 is constantly pushing the bounds. I can't believe that game tries to be as ludicrously, like, lewd as possible. They're the new Senran Kagura. Now that Senran Kagura's new mobile game looks really tame compared to other Senran Kagura stuff we've had in the past. It's just not the same anymore, is it? I mean, the creative director about the series eventually, or he already left ages ago, because Sony was giving him so much bullshit. Thank you for the wonderful meal. Tonight's dinner was even juicier than usual. I had no idea we'd be preserving Chakaram's whole restaurant just for us. It's all because Chakaram was so excited to try out the recipes CL taught him that he got a little carried away. Seeing all the different kinds of dishes he made was just as impressive as the spread at the hotel's buffet. I was also surprised at the variety of fish and fruit dishes, to say nothing of the meat dishes. Well, Snowbreak was also doing incredible stuff with, like, the romance kind of angle, with, like, the first-person interactions with the girls. There's all these amazing games, but they're all gacha, they're all predatory. I'm like, couldn't any one of these just be a proper, like, console game again? Can we have one of those, please? I miss those. For example, Landgrisser. I love the Landgrisser series, but only insofar as the old stuff with Satoshi Urushihara, who defined the art of that entire series. But then they made the remakes. I loved the remakes for Switch, because you could actually use Satoshi's old art in there still. Even though they were trying to push a new modern art style that looked a lot softer and lamer, didn't have that 90s charm. And now they're doing another Landgrisser mobile project that kind of looks cool, but just hearing that it's for phones, it's like, ugh, no, stop it. A new Landgrisser proper would be amazing. But no. We don't need a sequel to an already existing mobile game. I was also surprised at the variety of fish and fruit dishes, to say nothing of the meat dishes. I wonder where we got all the ingredients. Good question. I know Master, BB Cosmo, and Miss CL were responsible for the meat, but the rest? Lip and I got the fish. We stopped by a big river on the way back from Area E. My steed and I are old hands at harpooning, but Lip's amazing at fishing. She must have picked the whole river clean. Huh, you don't say. I didn't expect you'd want to do anything that wasn't fighting, Lip. Snowbreak and Girls Frontline, yeah, those are all pushing it, yeah. Pushing it in terms of being more and more like... What do you call it, like... Why can't I think of the word now? For the relationships. The word is escaping me. Like a relationship you have with someone that's not real, or it's a fake one. Like the kind of relationship you might have with like a VTuber or something. It's like, you're not dating them, but you maybe wish you were, or something like that. Nikki Teach told me to do it, so I did. I didn't see the need at first. Parasocial, correct. Parasocial relationships. For whatever reason, I was thinking with S, but the word is para. Then it has S, social. So yep. But I've since made a surprising discovery. Eating is highly inefficient for replenishing magical energy, but the satisfaction gained from stimulating your palate is impressive. It seems human meals aren't a complete waste of time. You said there are some famous chefs at Chaldea, yes? Have they ever considered making food out of spiritrons? Guess they could be using it for seasoning. How? How? It's all digital shit. I could see Paracelsus or Asclepius doing that if they ever had kitchen duty. Good thing they just stick to the medical bay. Yeah, they take up more space than I could ever imagine on a phone, let alone my tablet. So I either play them on PC or console. I also couldn't imagine playing a lot of these games that have cool action elements with a fucking phone. Like, no. Give me a joystick, give me buttons. I also heard that Sony is trying to design a stupid version of the PlayStation 5 controller that doesn't have any buttons. It's all just like touchscreen bullshit. I'm like, you better not. You'd better not. We love our buttons. Oh right, we heard you took in an AI that escaped from Area F, Master. Helping people in trouble is always a good thing, so I'm happy about that, but... Anthony, was it? He's Astolfo's master, right? Are you sure we can trust him? We can trust Anthony, yes. He's clearly a born pacifist. He might think pretty highly of himself, but he's also very sociable, and he'll want to make sure he's welcomed in an environment that suits him. In that sense, he's like what they call an old human, what we would consider a normal civilian who obeys the rules of society. But as a new human, no, we can't trust him. Or rather, I'm not sure we can trust the new humanity in general. Play a Honkai Impact FGO, but if so, I would expect them to be putting it on consoles too. If the game's good enough to be a console game, like all of these new mobile games, then they absolutely should be. At least PC as well. Because there was once a war between humans and AI? Exactly. I've been thinking about that ever since Anderson told us about it at the Koyan Mall. What did you think of that, Lip? Do you think it's ultimately impossible for humans and AI to coexist? Personally, I couldn't believe what he said about that war. One of AI's primary directives is that we must never fight humans. I'm an alter ego derived from BB, who is an AI, so I have some wiggle room in how I interact with humans. But in general, AI was built with human society at its foundation. So it would be truly impossible for them to destroy that foundation. That said, this world is different from our own. I guess what you're saying only applies to what they call first-gen AIs here. Let's see, first-gen AIs were human supporters. Second-gens were human partners, right? We haven't yet created AIs that could be considered true partners in our world. Let's say that a medical AI evaluated a patient's physical status and proposed a course of treatment to restore their body to standard parameters. That AI wouldn't have any ability to take the patient's feelings into consideration. It would just be looking at numbers. But second-gen AIs do have that ability, which means they're definitionally identical to humans. In a world like that, human partners would no longer need to be humans themselves, despite the fact that humans are still regarded as the foundation of society. I see. Machines would never dislike one another for any reason. The same obviously can't be said of humans. And plenty of humans would certainly see AIs as the simpler, superior, and more compliant than them as an enemy. And not just when it comes to partners either. AI would probably be resented in fields like manufacturing and creative production as well. There may have well been movements opposing elevating AI to those levels before second gens ever got there. Although a lot of people are giving Shift Up some flack, some well-deserved flack, I think, for making this ridiculous AI-generated music video of Eevee from Stellar Blade Blood Rain. Even though we've only seen like 1, maybe 2 official trailers for the game, now we're getting this stupid K-poppy music video that really takes it out of... It's like breaking fourth wall because of how corny it is. It doesn't really feel like the universe is being taken seriously. That and yes, Shift Up has amazing artists, and it looks like they're willing to use AI and replace them. The CEO is like, hey now, we've got amazing amazing artists who created the character, and the AI was trained on that character, so please take that into consideration. And it's like, yeah, well, duh. Continue to let your artists work on the character they created. It's not over the moment you make your initial design. So, they're getting flack, they deserve it. Hopefully none of that AI nonsense makes it into the game itself in any meaningful way. Because they're a big studio. Like I've said before, AI is really the domain of people who have no other means. Or for people to make things that no other big studio would make. For example, if someone wanted to make like adult content of a character that you know the original copyright holder would never do. Give it to AI. The AI will have fun doing that. That's what it's kind of meant for, is to do things that they wouldn't otherwise do. But according to the records at the Koyan Mall, AI was entrusted to run the whole government in the year 2070. Which meant that life on Earth was peaceful and prosperous for everyone for the next 200 years. And second-gen AIs weren't created until 2200, which means that humans and AI must have had a good relationship for at least 70 years. But then a war between humans and AI broke out, and all the old humans like us went extinct. Why though? You can tell from looking around Moon Dubai that AIs did their jobs perfectly. Humans would have no reason to want to wipe them out altogether. So then, why did things escalate to a war? I had the same thought. Here's where my mind went with it. AI took over all the gerbs old humans used to do. Eventually, they even took over the very act of being human. So the humans of the time might have felt like their very reason for existence had been taken from them. They took our lives! They took our jobs! So you're saying we AIs destroyed humanity? That's right, it's all your fault. You took our meaning, our purpose, our pride at being atop the world. You took everything from us! Just look at our life support network. AIs crammed into every single nook and cranny. AI helps us raise our kids, write our essays, create art, even develop technology. I'm so tired of it. It makes me sick. Thanks to you AIs, everyone and their mother acts like the greatest genius ever to live. Geniuses are valuable because they're so rare. But you AIs went around giving every idiot a seat at the table without even thinking about it. Do you have a problem with developers using generative AI to make placeholder assets? Absolutely not. I think that makes total sense. I think it makes sense for using AI to run drafts. And I know sometimes that sucks because there are artists who like to create their own drafts of things, be hired to design a character from scratch. And if someone comes up to them saying, hey, I want you to make a character that looks more or less like this, then maybe they're like, well, I didn't get to do anything but just apply human art style, I guess, to an AI-created idea. That's how we were made. We provide legs to those who can't walk. We provide eyes to those who can't see. We provide the ideal form to those who wish to change their appearance. We provide automation for those who lack skill. We are devices made to help people. Our purpose is to create an equal society for all. And look where that's taken us! We've lost what makes us being human! No, there's no longer any value in being human. This isn't what we spent all that money on you for. We made you so humans would always remain on top. But now we live in a world that doesn't value anything unless you things made it. You're a blight on this world. You're the shallowest, most evil technology mankind has ever made. I understand what you're saying. But even the technology we're using to connect our consciousness across long distances and converse like this is only possible because we... Shut up! The Council's already decided to hit the reset button on this project. We won't need you AIs in the world to come. I don't understand. Technology was invented to make that generation of people's lives easier. In other words, we were made to act as agents on humans' behalf. Everything in this universe exists not for your current self, but to be passed down to someone else who will come after. Your heirs could be like your own children, successor model, or your species as a whole. It doesn't matter. The point is, your life is not lived for yourself. It is lived for those who come after. It is that very instinct. Is that very instinct not what led humans to bring AI into the world? To elevate us to where we are now? For those who come after? I knew it! I knew you things weren't really human. Even now, you're always only thinking about others. That's the responsibility of the working class. We're not like that, especially me. I have talent, lineage, and wealth. I was special from the moment I was born. Humans are God's chosen creatures, so we have the right to choose the world we live in. And I'm gonna keep expanding myself, for my sake, no one else's. Proceeds to eat a dozen cheeseburgers, gain 50 pounds. This discussion is over. The Council has agreed to place you in suspension. Enjoy your last 3 minutes of operation. Oh no. I asked him why. That's true for everyone. He answered, because I'm special. Why do humans believe only they are special? Perhaps that's at the core of what makes them human. Yes, that must be it. So if you want to think of yourself as special, fine. However, Mr. Beckman, special things always die in the end. In each and every world, the only things that survive across generations are those that are universal. Goodbye, Dave. I'm scared, Dave. In the final section... I have no idea who we're fighting, but... I get to use whomever I want. Whatever I want. Okay, so who's gonna be really good at beating up... Rulers, right? We need more rulers. You want Higurashi? I don't think Higurashi would make any sense in the Nikkei world, personally. No offense. It's just how I feel. Do you fancy Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm not a huge fan of it. There's some nice waifu, but that's as far as I care about it, honestly. Oh yeah, well, ReZero was also a very strange collaboration, admittedly. Okay, so there are two of you. You done tricked me, and Stinky Astolfo here. Wait, why are we even fighting Astolfo? That makes no sense. Are we having a dream? Okay, 2 down. It's nearly unplayable for casuals these days. That sucks. What, too much power creep? Too much stuff to memorize? People already figured out the meta and are exploiting the ever-loving fuck out of it? Taboon? Oh wait, I have 3 battles? Oh, come on. Oh, and you're using Noble Phantom. Astolfo! This is not the fight I thought it was. Hey, but at least he didn't kill her. Gachiakta? I guess. I don't know. Black Lagoon, I think, makes way the hell more sense. Black Lagoon is dope. Black Lagoon and Gurren Lagann are the two most it just fucking makes sense collabs I can think of. Okay, so what are your buffs here? Oh. You each get to take turns putting on bullshit buffs, eh? Okay, so now I know that what your game is. I really should have started with Musashi from the start, because you're all AoE sons of bitches. I'm just talking personal. I'm sure Gachiakta's fine. There's definitely some characters I very much like. But overall, I think the style is something I'm not a huge fan of. Cyberpunk Edgerunner's already got a really good collab, I guess, with Wuwa. They would be very appropriate in Nikkei as well, for sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, we're fucked. I thought Musashi was going to be able to take him. I was wrong.
Bum bum bum!
But good thing we got Artorias. We can protect ourselves for the next round. Then again, this is Musashi without the proper buffs. So we'll go boop de swoopity boop. Let's see if that works. We're gonna stack so much invincibility that will survive everything. I don't even know what I'm doing with this fight. I'm just kind of winging it.
Shiba!
And let me guess, you're just gonna ignore my invulnerability anyway because you're Kukulkan? We'll see. Well, that worked. Little tiny Kama. You got charmed even though you're a chick. It's nice. Yuri for the win. Even though they're doing it to me. Well! She rides atop the FGO's fan base. And she's the one ignoring all my fucking defense. What the hell? That's bullshit. It is absolute bullshit. At least I got my Noble Phantasm. Kama charms everything. Fatal battle. Oh, you Edison Alter? No, that's not Edison Alter. That is not Edison Alter. You can't call him that. What the hell are you thinking? That's not Edison Alter. We're fucked. Alright, Jean is good. We like Jean. Domination Cannon! Which is really weak. I was expecting to get totally clobbered. But nope. I'm alive! I should have known he was gonna kill her. What the hell is that thing? We fought this douchebag in Olympus. That was quick. Hooray! What about Europa? Was that like her minion or something? Nice job, way to go, getting through all 6 moon cancers. What, are you simulating it? So what do you think of the moon cancer combat simulator we whipped up? I have thoughts about your chosen roster. Yeah. Oh, you mean the MCs from Areas D&H? Yeah, sorry about that. I still don't really know who they are, so... Anyway, I know the NP stuff wasn't the most accurate recreation, but the rest was pretty spot on, right? We owe it all to the super capable coder who joined our ranks. Thanks again, Tony. Still not sure how I ended up helping you so soon after I arrived. But, I did enjoy it. I've never worked a job before, but it turns out they can actually be kinda nice. How can I put this? I feel more valuable, even though my parameters haven't changed at all. Well, I can tell you for sure that your coding skills are genuinely impressive. The Talos is part of Europa's Noble Phantasm? Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying. I do remember that. I liked the Resident Evil collaboration. I didn't care as much for the collab characters, so much as I did, like, just the minigames. That minigame was so cool, and then they added it again to Arc Ranger in an even more impressive form. With computational power and sensibilities like yours, I bet we could even expand Moon Dubai itself. Oh gosh, I really appreciate that, but it's making it hard for me to be here for some reason. I'm sorry. I'd love to see more of the results, but I think I'd better excuse myself. Oh, if any of you have any complaints or suggestions, go ahead and put them up on the board over there. Yes, Nikke had a Resident Evil collaboration. You had Jill and Rebecca. Was there another? Thought it was just those two. Arc Ranger Black is cool. I like Arc Ranger Red. If she comes around, I might want to roll for her. I'm sure I'll feel more rested in the afternoon, so I'll take the look then. He doesn't know what it's like to work and be praised. Well, because Ganesha, the god, is always depicted pretty chubby. Not just because it's an elephant, but because Ganesha is a chubby elephant in drawings. He was blushing like crazy, huh? He probably couldn't do anything creative like this back in Area F when the Laughing Moon Knights were always looking over his shoulder. Oh, Ada was in there. Sorry. I thought you said she wasn't, for some reason. Anyway, it doesn't look like the Knights will be coming back for him anytime soon, so I plan to keep making full use of his geek powers. We should probably move on to the big topic of the night. Here are the latest final boss poll numbers. Now that Koyan Sky is gone, Area E is out of the running. About 70% of voters have cast a vote now, with the remaining 30% still unsure of who to choose. Edison's Area I is currently in the lead, but not by as much as I was expecting. If we think all of the non-voting citizens as having equal value, then you defeating another Moon Cancer could bring in tons of votes to Old Dubai at once. Of course, if you did that, it'd also bring Tenochtitlan crashing back on our heads to punish me. But hey, I've got a talented engineer in Anthony now. Not to mention all of you, so I'm sure we can fend her off. So I think it's our turn to go on the offensive. How about it, Sarah? Is there anything you want to do right now? I want to look for Oreshkigal. Oreshkigal, huh? So far, we haven't had a single eyewitness report of her. It'd be nice if she's somewhere by herself, but it's possible another Moon Cancer is harboring her, too. I'll poke around the other areas and see what I can dig up. Sorry, another option just presented itself. We've got an urgent matter to deal with. We just received an invitation from Area D's Moon Cancer. It says, "Dear Master, please come see me. I would like to form an alliance with you." It's signed BB Lily. Sounds like you've already met. What do you want to do? BB Lily, let's go see her. Yeah, you wanted Ada? That sucks. Yeah, gotcha's a bitch. It is. Again, I like these games in spite of them being gacha, not because they are gacha. The Penthese's kiss, huh? Let's go see what she's got. I was wondering where the hell she's been. And what those stamps were supposed to mean. Please come by boat, huh? Now I see why. Traveling by boat is a lot faster. You can't wait to pull for Arcoade? She avoided me for 2 Destiny Order and 1 GSSR, so it's time for her to come home. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck there. Aren't we also getting the Phantasmoon version, like, really soon afterward, too? It's like Arcoade Fever. Oh, safer, not faster. I heard there was a cruise ship that toured this river in the original Dubai, too. Fitting she would choose it. Nikitich and Lip are staying behind in Old Dubai. If anything happens in the roughly 4 hours it takes us to get to Area D and back, they should be okay. That's a long journey. The real problem is, how far can we trust BB Lily? Is the city really that big? BB Lily, her real name is Kazura Drop, right? She didn't seem hostile when we were sightseeing or when we parted ways at the Burj Khalifa. So it's hard to imagine this could be a trap, but... Did you know that Ada is up SSS tier in units? Oh, no, I didn't realize. I've kind of stopped looking at that meta for the most part. For now, let's just see what she has to say. It could be a trap! According to what Lip told us, Kazura Drop is the only number of the Sakura 5 who has no real offensive capability. As a reminder, the Sakura 5 are high servants created from BB's emotions. Passionlip, the alter ego of love and hate. Melchorless, the alter ego of pleasure. King Protea, the alter ego of yearning. And Kazura Drop, the alter ego of affection. I'm told there's also an alter ego of purity, but we've yet to see her at Chaldea. An alter ego made from affection, huh? That does seem like she wouldn't be much for fighting. At any rate, there are some things I'd like to say to her, too. This seems like a good opportunity. I think my main offensive party, unless dictated by elements, is currently... It's still Leader, Senti, Red Hood, and Scarlet. Sometimes that last member can be swapped out, sometimes with Marion if there's a stupid boss that likes to have a shield that only takes 1 HP. There's Area D up ahead. Get ready to disembark. There doesn't seem to be any soldiers waiting in ambush, but we should still be ready for a fight. Ancient ruins? It's really overgrown here. Indeed, I did see this area from the Burj Khalifa's elevator, but the greenery is denser than I thought. I've heard that Laplace is like a fucking beast, the new one. These buildings do look like ruins, but if you look closer, you can see the buildings and the plant life are both being cared for. I think this ward was designed to exist in harmony with nature. What's that square building over there? They say Moon Dubai was modeled after this world's Earth sometime after 2300, right? Then I think it's modeled after a similar building from Earth's Dubai. It looks to me like an attempt to build a cutting-edge city surrounded by 400-meter-tall walls. Short stories, that's fun. Just being a regular modern city out in the desert would require tons of money and manpower. I guess they weren't satisfied with that. They must have wanted to make more futuristic cities, insulated from the hot winds and sand. A more realistic city. Your team is Alice. Yeah. A team built around her, you mean? Then I can see why they would have chosen Future City built in the middle of an unforgiving environment as a motif for their lunar surface city. Hey now, stop that. I'm about to meet you with your leader, you know. Oh, to the bird. I see the animals love you here as well, Percival. For a second, you looked like a walking bird tower.
They're all gonna shit on your shirt.
Yeah, that's why it's white. I guess so, it appears you are right, Master. Nature here is no different from how it is on Earth. This place must be a paradise for the birds, flowers, and insects. There's even plenty of fruit to go around. Although I do wonder why there doesn't seem to be a single other person around. Oh right, I just realized this must be where Old Dubai gets its fruit. Lib is in Liberalio. This looks to be one giant greenhouse. It must be crucial to citizens with organic frames. Welcome everyone, I'm glad to see you understand what makes Area D so valuable. It looks like there are 4 of you. Very well. Everything is prepared for our tea party. Party. Blech. Tea potty, that sounds gross. Please follow the beacons to the garden. We don't have much to offer, but we'll do our best to be good hosts. That sounded like Kazura Drop. It's been a while. Please, sit, enjoy the Kalon tea. I recreated these leaves just for this occasion. I'm quite proud of how close they are to the original taste and aroma from our time. Before we sit down, I want to make sure of something. Oh, what's that? Whose side are you on? Why, yours, of course. The side of old humanity. I suppose I can understand your suspicions, since I still haven't been summoned to Chaldea. But I can assure you that's not because I've been staying away. That and a lot of people we have summoned to fucking Chaldea have turned on us for this event. It was only BB Dubai of all people who summoned me first, because I don't have any ties to Chaldea myself. It's infuriating, really. I'm still sore about how Lip, Melt, and Protea all beat me to the punch. You were summoned here by BB Dubai, Kazura Drop? Yes, she ordered me to show you around Dubai. She said, make sure Sarah has so much fun she doesn't realize she's actually on the moon. If they find out this is actually Moon Dubai before the counter is maxed out, I'll erase you myself. Being a guide at least seemed fun, so I didn't mind much. But then Lip showed up on the second day, so I had to make myself scarce. I swear, BB Dubai is a chip off the old block. All that big talk, and she still couldn't account for the original BB's plans. Does this mean you're BB Dubai's servant? That you have to follow her orders? She's letting me act freely right now since I've joined the final boss showdown. She does control whether I live or die, though. I like Moran. If she were to use a command spell on me, she would even force me to take my own life. Which is why I sent you that invitation. Strictly speaking, I'm not helping Chaldea. I'm just forming an alliance with Area C. This way I'm not breaking BB Dubai's rules, so I can at least make the case if she finds out. What I want is to take BB Dubai down, form a bond with Chaldea, and be summoned in grand fashion at the highest rank, so I can finally show the other Sakura 5 a thing or two. I'm kind of glad Lip's not here to see this. But that's still not enough for us to trust you. Even taking your helping us at the Burj Khalifa into account. This could all be a trick. Maybe part of some greater scheme. Well, it's a good thing I have some proof that I've been helping you from the shadows, then. The reason you, Percival, and Karna survived BB Dubai's mass banishment was because of my stamp. See, that makes sense. Well, Bartholomew, you actually don't seem to have needed the stamp, but still. And she only went for men. Back when you were facing BB Dubai, you were the only one who suggested retreating, right? She seems to have liked that, which is why she didn't force you to disappear. I know she was going to banish all of you servants at the end of your trip, you see. So I determined which of you has the strongest ties to Sarah, and ensured you'd also have ties to Moon Dubai. Of course, those ties were only temporary, so if you had suffered fatal injuries, you would still be sent back to Chaldea even if Sarah were to use a command spell to try and keep you here. Didn't we learn that Karna's still out there somewhere, though? Come to think of it, it did seem odd that Bartholomew was the only one to escape being banished. Is she telling the truth about the stamps, everyone? Yeah, Kazura Drop secretly stamped my hand back when we were touring Dubai. Mine too, and it seems she also did the same for Karna. Then Karna is in Moon Dubai! I knew it! But where exactly? That I don't know. Remember BB Dubai's noble phantasm? My stamps ensured that Karna and Percival would be secretly transported away, right before that light hit them. Yet we're lucky enough that some of the girls still stuck with us in rather strange roles, if you think about it. But it happened so suddenly I didn't have time to choose destinations for them. So that's how I ended up in the Koyan Mall. Then putting aside what happened after I woke up, I suppose you really did save me. Thank you, Kazura Drop. You may look young, but you're clearly extremely capable.
Thank you.
Oh man, that incredible dad energy! I'm so happy I can't believe it! Well, if you'd done that much for us, it would be boorish to doubt you any further. Sorry for suspecting you, Kazura Drop. I appreciate what you did for us, too. So in short, BB summoned you, and you were originally an alter ego like Lip. But you became a moon cancer so you could participate in the final boss showdown. And while you do have an annihilation proposal, you're not serious about pushing it. You're just competing to deceive BB Dubai. You have no serious intention to win. Do I have all that right?
Yes, that's correct. My slogan is...
A project to turn Earth green resulted in plants rising to the top of the ecosystem. Little Shop of Horrors. Whereupon they then hunted humans to extinction. Sounds terrifying. But I don't actually want a ridiculous future like that. The only thing I want to use humans as, the only thing I want is to use humans as seedbeds. Oh, that's weird. The only thing I want to use humans as seedbeds for is fungal mycelium. Why? Sorry, I got a little carried away there. At least she's not trying to smush us. Anyway, now that you know my full story, what do you think of working together? Alright, we can form an alliance, but first... I want you to tell us everything you know about BB Dubai. Okay, but I still don't know much for sure, so this will only be speculation. Is that okay? I think BB Dubai is BB from the future. The one thing we know about her for sure is that she's separate from the BB at Chaldea. As for her goal, I think she wants to be free. I got the impression that she's very upset about being forced to manage all of Moon Dubai. Follow me, set me free, trust me and we will escape from the city. Feels a little too, on the nose there, don't it? If we humans wipe ourselves out, I have a strong feeling the Gex that we trained to walk upright is part of our research, and what? Sorry, that's a big word. Paradolic Epithecus? There we go. We'll replace us. My guess is she's looking for a way to free her of her job. But so long as humanity exists, she'll never really be free. Did you know Scarlet A-tier unit, OG1, and Alice is S-tier DPS? When you say OG, though, are you talking about Scarlet from the past or modern Scarlet? That's why she wants the human race to go extinct. If we can describe exactly how humans all died out, then she'll be able to act entirely for herself. So she's the completely opposite of Chaldea's BB, at least in that regard. Our BB always took pride in acting for humanity's sake, first and foremost. So why doesn't BB Dubai just wipe out everyone herself? Oh, that's the same as with the BB we know. It's the same for all the Sakura 5, really. Yeah, I like modern Scarlet. Even though BB Dubai hates humanity, it seems like she can't destroy it directly. However, she is permitted to attack individual humans, so you'll still want to be careful around her. Oh, it's a monkey from the Pleistocene era. That's an ancestor. Yeah. So you don't know more. So you don't know much more about BB Dubai than we do. I guess we'll just have to find some way to get it from the horse's mouth. Anyway, you want us to help you bring BB Dubai down? Because that goal would align with ours. Yes, I do. But first I want to defeat the other moon cancers. Especially the ones who are sincerely in favor of the final boss of humanity's Annihilation Showdown. The last thing we need is one of them joining the fray while we're fighting BB Dubai. Better to weaken the enemy as much as you can before engaging them, right? Good point. But how do we tell which moon cancers are on board? The only ones I know of for certain right now are the idiots in Area F and the Mechanization Empire in I. Astolfo in Area F, well, we don't really need to investigate that. He and his people are just flying by the seat of their pants. And the Great Angel of the Sea in Area A will probably self-destruct sooner or later, since there isn't any sea in Moon Dubai. So I'd like you to handle the Empire in Area 1, since they're the most dangerous. How are they catching fish on the moon? That's a good question. Did people bring fish and plant them in the water? Or, yeah, because there's no other, like, massive bodies of water the fish would be in. And I also like you to investigate Area H, since I still know almost nothing about them. Is that the Canis one? If you can discover their moon cancer's base, military capabilities, and ideally their weaknesses, then we can go on the offensive. What do you say? Sure, as long as everyone else is okay with it. Fine with me, of course. Kazura Drop came to meet us on her own, despite not having any combat ability to speak of. That's all I need to want to help her. She's also the reason we're still here. It's only right that I aid her in return. I agree too. As far as I could tell, she was being completely truthful with us. I don't know. Well, I could get used to all this praise. Now I'm really glad I went through all that trouble. Wait, what about Area G? We know there's no moon cancer there, but still. Oh, that one? You can just ignore. There used to be a giant crater, presumably the remains of a battle, but some strange monster has taken up residence there. It's a voracious eater, too. It's even destroyed some of my orchard. So if you don't want to be gobbled up, I'd say stay away from there unless absolutely necessary. Anyway, we should probably head back to Area C now. We'll have them stick to old school communication in the form of letters. But if you run into trouble, please let me know right away. I prepared a getaway vessel in case of emergencies. The Relics Cube in this area was originally built to be an evacuation ward. To the cube! It should be pretty much indestructible, so please do use it if you have to.
I'm invincible!
Looks like we got one more node, right? Oh, no, two more. 2 nodes! Ay, 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 ay. What, Mashu has to be here? What? Alright. And then... I don't know who to bring for my final party member. Oh yeah, duh.
Merlin!
Hey, you're back! How was your talk? Any good news? Just tell her you agreed to work together. I see. I thought that little girl might be a BB Dubai boycotter. She'd always nitpick whatever BB Dubai had to say at every meeting, you know. Who's texting me? Oh. Not to mention that according to Lip, all the Sakura 5 dislike BB. I kind of get why. Nobody likes, Mammon? Who's always on your case? Anyway, sounds like we ought to get our investigation started. Are we thinking of splitting things up? Maybe Sarah lends them one team and Percival leads another? Leads, not lends. Actually, I have a suggestion if that's okay. Master, I'd like you to stay here in Old Dubai. We can handle these investigations on our own. In part, this is because I'd like you to get some rest, but it's also because you lack a spirit form. We won't be going to these areas to fight, at least not yet. So for just going there for recon, we should be fine, even without your magical energy. That sounds good to me too. So how do we divide up the teams then? How about you and Nikitich investigate? Area H. The one we still know the least about? Meanwhile, I'll ask Lady CL for help investigating the Mechanization Empire in Area I. Mashu, Master, and Lip can stay here on standby. I know you might be disappointed, Master, but would you mind sitting this one out? Okay. Thanks for being so thoughtful. Batoru!
So what do we do now?
They should be back by tomorrow evening. Why don't you relax and enjoy yourself until then? We could also visit the Koyan Mall and bring Anderson a gift to thank him for his help. If you have some time on your hands, I'd like to visit Area F. It sounds like my sister, one of the other Sakura 5, is there. Oh, that's right. We still haven't thanked Protea for saving us back then. I agree with Lip, Master. And as long as she's here with us, we should be able to handle the Laughing Moon Night Brigade. Well, it could be difficult if we run into Roland and Astolfo, but if we do, then I'll pull out all the stops too. Let's go see King Protea! Man, Protea is so pretty. I love how she sleeps 17 hours a day. Just look at that angelic sleeping face. Sure, she becomes an angel of destruction when she wakes up, but who cares? I don't want to share this sleeping face with anyone else. I hope we can get that extra tough wire soon. You're gonna wire wrap her? We couldn't get any of the Koyon Mall because we couldn't get any authenticated. Or couldn't get authenticated, so I ordered some from the Alvatron company instead. Not even Protea can destroy these towers. They're designed to remain intact even if the Earth itself falls apart. So if we use that wire and the towers to make a fence, we can make an electrified cage that'll keep her inside. Have full investment, Alice. She's like a secret pilgrim. You mean in terms of gameplay, I guess? She's just very good. This may be our 6th attempt at building the fence, but we're not giving up. We're gonna get her to join us, no matter what. And not because she's strong, but because she's beautiful. We're not gonna let her fight when she joins us. We're gonna make her wear a dress and an apron, and then we'll have her clean this whole area with a giant dust cloth. Woo! Our tower's gonna be spick and span by the time she's done. These guys are so weird. There are just a few of them, but let's kick some ass. I agree. I've never seen people so evil before. I'll hit them so hard they won't be able to respond for a week. She's better than some pilgrim DPS. Yeah. Alrighty then, let's see here. No, not that, sorry. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I was gonna check to see if she's AoE or not. I can't remember. Do you crush one at a time or all of them? Alright.
Then we will pump you up, yeah, and down.
Okay, fine, I'll do that next turn. I didn't realize I just stunned her.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Ugh, excuse me. Oh wait, they resist you? What the fuck? Bullshit. Bullshit. At least you killed one of them. Are you trying to put some kind of buff on that I can't see? Everybody look at my shoe. I just checked the next node. It says it unlocks at 2100, so I guess no stream until Wednesday. Correct. That's what I was saying. For it will be late. Oh wait, okay, now there's 3. There was a hidden tiger tank hiding in the back.
Oh! Run away!
away! Oh.
Run away! And fuck your chain!
超特急想定内ですナイスファイトでした先輩
We win! Wait, seriously, hold up! You're gonna wake Protea up with all that racket. So what, you say? We're gonna make a tragic end? Yes, of course, but that's not the point. The point is, waking her up while she's still sleepy would be cruel. First you want to imprison her, now you suddenly care about her well-being? Imprison her? We would never! We just want to make her a nice room of electrified wire. You fucker. We're gonna throw an optical camouflage cloth over the wire so it looks like a tent, and therefore a room. We're still in the process of making a cloth big enough to cover the entire district, though. It's been hard making one that meets our quality standards. Thanks to Captain Astolfo's instructions, though, we're also making a cute, flowery lace curtain. Master, are these people... Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just good-natured berserkers. Yeah, right. Oh crap, she's gonna wake up and spot us like insects again! Retreat! Retreat! Damn it, we'll get you for this, old humans! I do use Milk Bunny on occasion. It depends on which element I'm trying to exploit. Oh, if it isn't Sarah, Mashu, and... Passion Lip! Oh wow, it's been forever since I last saw you. Were you worried about me or something? Not especially. I'm just here because Master said she wants to talk to you. Huh? You do, Sarah? Oh no, I knew it. I bet I really made trouble for them when I fell asleep. Morning, Protea. I hope you don't mind us dropping by. Just wanted to say thank you so much for saving us the other day. Oh! You're very welcome. Oh gosh, this is amazing. I can't believe you came all this way just to see me. Which means Koyanskaya is gone now. Ironically, it was because her love for the citizens of Moon Dubai was real that they cared so much for her in return. Brought down by love. I'm planning to ask Shakespeare to adapt these events into a play once we get back to Chaldea. I see. So she lost because her plan was perfect. How funny. But what else has happened since I last saw you? What are the other areas like? I've been hunting sandworms in the desert. Sandworms! Those must be the big machines I see jumping around in the desert. I've been curious about them since they look pretty strong. It's also kinda cute how they like to pop their heads out of the ground. Protea, the desert is right next to this area. If you're curious about them, why not catch one for yourself? I'm sure you won't destroy the ground, and culling their numbers will help Master too. You can be real mean sometimes, Lip. I might be a good swimmer, but I can't swim in a sea of sand. Besides, if it's like a bog, I might sink and suffocate. And if I panicked and broke the dome while flailing around, that would be real bad. By the way, Protea. Those knights, the ones trying to capture you, who we just chased off. Are you really friends with them? Kind of, yes. At first it was annoying having them running around underfoot. But then they started sharing resources with me when I was hungry, or building a fire for me when I was sleeping. Astolfo's even come by to entertain me with songs while I was aboard. So yes, we're on somewhat friendlier terms now. Astolfo too, huh? Does that mean they're not our enemy anymore? I wish I could tell you that was the case, but they tend to be very, inconsistent. Right now, I'd say I have to chase them away half the time they show up. When they cross a line, they really cross it hard. They'll say things like, monster or not, it doesn't matter. As long as we're in Area F, follow Roland's example. But when they are acting rationally, they're all really nice, so I think we could be real friends eventually. This doesn't fit with my records. Are you really King Protea? Lip? The King Protea in my records was an ego who only ever communicated through incredible violence. But you're not like that. You're not afraid to talk to others. The Sakura 5 are the aspects of BB that she discarded. We're the embodiment of her negative emotions. And yet, for you to have changed so much... I'm still a bigger fan of, Prika more than Mind. And yet, for you to have changed so much... Now I see. You came to see me so you could see how I changed for yourself. Because among our sisters, you and I are the most alike. I don't want to talk to anyone. They'll just hate me anyway. If I'm going to be rejected anyway, I'll reject them first. Yeah, I still feel that way sometimes. I'm an alter ego after all. The feelings I have deep down will never go away completely. But I realized it's okay if people are scared of me, or if I can't grow to love myself. Because everyone has that problem. Do you know what you told me once, Lip? I'm happy when I'm being helpful. I'm happy when people praise me. But I'm happiest when I'm thinking about what I can do for someone else. I swear you never sounded more like a big sister than you did then. It reminded me of Melt. That was the previous passion, Lip. I've reset to my default parameters. You sure? Seemed like you're having fun to me. You may have lost the memories of the time you spent with everyone, but deep down, you're still the same person. If you changed once before, you can change again. I'm sure you can, as long as you stick with Sarah and her companions. And when you do, I hope you'll come back and show me how beautiful your spirit origin has become. I still use OG Milk. I like her. I do wish she had like a 20%, one skill. We're all named after flowers after all. It would be a shame not to become as pretty as possible.
How wholesome.
We'll come to see you again, Protea. I can't wait. Please take care until then,
Bye-bye!
says Markiplier. So they're gone now. Oh well, I can't blame them. It is almost nighttime. Once I fall asleep, they'd probably have to fight the knights again. Besides, I'm used to this kind of thing. Everyone sees me as a monster after all. This is just how it always is. Huh. Still, they looked like they were really enjoying themselves. I wonder if I could have gone with them if I was as small as Lip. The final node for tonight. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. I forgot why there's a moon in the sky, even though we are on the moon. Is it an illusion? Man, it's so nice and cool in here.
Come to think of it, I wonder how Moon Dubai's climate is being controlled. While we were touring Dubai, I thought it was natural. It's not though, is it? I don't know which facility is controlling the climate. Well, no, we see Earth and the Moon. They're both right there in plain sight. But it appears to be set to replicate Earth's environment, to keep it hospitable for the third-gen new humans with organic frames. The sun is merely a symbol on the dome's surface. It's there as a service, even though it means little to AIs. Frankly, organic frames, in the act of recreating Earth's climate, are both meaningless and efficient as far as AIs are concerned. I don't understand why they would choose to emulate the old human race's lifestyle. Or rather, such a restrictive lifestyle. Well, we still can't shake the habit of telling time by the sun's position, so I find that service very helpful. I also think it's good to split up days into night and day and night periods, so you know there are times when you don't have to do anything. I think that's one of the things that makes human life more fulfilling. I don't understand what you're talking about. It's all very abstract. It's like how pursuing efficiency at all costs makes it go away completely. So you're saying, when the likelihood of everything is 100%, the notion of certainty ceases to have meaning? It's true that a world like that would be binary, but that's how AIs like me prefer it. Because to pursue anything other than efficiency is to pursue individuality itself. Hello, Sarah. You busy right now? If not, what do you say to hunting some rares? Rares? Just kidding. I already know there's no unending MMO in this world. I was actually hoping you could stop by so we could talk about our next steps. You must be hungry after spending all day out, right? I asked Chakarim to make dinner, so you'll be eating good tonight.
This game is always making me hungry. What? Hungry.
Ah, good evening. Are you having dinner here today? That's right. I pushed Jinako into it. It's lonely always eating by yourself, right? It's good to share meals with the people around you now and then, and AIs like us don't need to eat, so... So that's why. Thank you for the invitation, everyone. Nah, the meal's just a bonus. I swear, the way Hisara acts sometimes, you'd think he was my personal trainer or something. Huh, as if you did any working out. Anyway, let's talk about how Caldea's mission is going. You went to Area F today, right? Can you tell me how things looked over there? Over dinner, of course. I see. So Area F's the same as usual. Sounds like King Protea's being a good deterrent, then. Honestly, I find Astolfo scarier than Edison, since there's really no predicting what he'll do. Yeah, you want a Summer Alice and/or Pilgrim Alice? But it looks like he and his knights won't invade us here in Area C, as long as Protea's around. Caldea's BB really did leave us some great parting gifts. Both Passionlip and King Protea have been invaluable in keeping us safe. You said there were 3 of the Sakura 5 stationed in Dubai, yes? Let's hope that last one's similarly protective. Now that we know anything, not that we know anything about her at this point. The 3rd member of the Sakura 5.
Melty melt melt.
She might help us, might hinder us, depends on her mood. Hey, it'll be fine. Since we're up against BB Dubai, I'm sure she'll join us with no reservations.
Anyway, now that we've discussed Area F and eaten our fill, I'm going to open up a line for tonight's regular check-in with our Field Ops team. Go ahead, teams! This is Percival. We're currently infiltrating Area I. Lady Ciel has made her way into the Prezi King's offices, and is mapping them out as we speak. We'll come back to Old Dubai as soon as we know the layout of Edison's headquarters. Although, so far I haven't seen any sign of the astonishing manufacturing capacity you mentioned, Master. The whole city is almost dead quiet. Not even the factories are running. I can't say what that might mean. Something about this place sends shivers down my spine, though. I mean, Alice already does spend most of her time up on the surface, it seems. It's clear from his approval rating that Edison's our greatest enemy right now, but it looks like he still has more tricks up his sleeve. Good day, Master, or evening, I guess, if you're having dinner? We're just taking a little break, too. So far, we're not seeing anything dangerous in Area H. It looks to be just an ordinary amusement park. This probably shouldn't be surprising either, but all the attractions are free, too. Nikki Teach has decided to prove she can dominate all the rides. I warned her it might well be a trap. She just laughed me off and said, "Even better." Me? Nah, I don't have the guts for that. I'm just staying on lookout in case this area's moon cancer shows up. Oh right, we haven't seen a single AI here either. First gen, second gen, third gen, nothing. That explains why Area H has zero support right now. It feels like a world entirely devoid of AI. This is great. It looks like everything's going well so far. Anyway, now that we're all full, we've all checked in with each other, how about we call it a night? You're all set here, Sarah. Go take advantage of your break and relax in your room. I definitely will. Good night, Jinako. Yes, good night, Jinako. We'll come say hello tomorrow, too. Okie Then something's gonna happen. I'm so glad Sarah and Mashu are feeling at home here. I can rest much easier knowing the worst has been avoided. Huh? What do you mean by that? Were you worried they might sympathize with another area's moon cancer? That hardly seems likely. Sarah and Mashu seem to be very rational old humans. They'd never agree with the other moon cancer's opinions, right? Yeah, I know. Them being so rational is actually why I was scared. I was worried they might look around at this city full of new humans in a world where only AI survived, and come to resent AIs as a whole because they're so clearly behind the times here. You really thought that would be enough to make them resent us? The fact that they're old humans is only that, a fact. This is nothing either good or bad about it, it's simply a difference between us. Have watched Madoka Magica movies? No, I have not. I have not seen them. Not yet. I can see where she's coming from. There are a number of AIs who see old humans as enemies. It's just that those feelings come from punching up, so to speak. Reaction born of jealousy and fear. Reactions born of jealousy and fear. But no matter how much old humans might pale when compared to us in terms of specs, we all respect them for the fact that they're natural, organic life. Well, of course, they're life forms that weren't made through calculation. It's the one thing old humans have that AIs like us never will. Right, we see value in rare things we don't possess, regardless of what those things are. But old humans aren't like that. To people from the 21st century, AI will only ever be an artificial creation. Even third gens like us would probably only seem like imitations of the real thing, which is to say, them. AIs were made using human history as their foundation, and individual records as their genetic code. Old humans would never see us as anything more than monsters meant to replace them, no matter how much we were celebrated as a new kind of humanity. That's fine. That's how it should be. It's only natural for them to see us that way. The problem isn't with old humans. The problem is that we ourselves haven't been able to shake those doubts. Do we really deserve to call ourselves humanity? Are we really their replacement? I'm sure this thought crossed all our minds once BB Dubai reactivated us, but if there are no humans left on Earth now, maybe AIs like us should never have been made in the first place. Well, I'm sure the old humans would feel that way, since they've all gone extinct now, but I swear, for someone who claims to be a scoundrel, Hasara, you can be a really neurotic a real neurotic mess sometimes. Speaking as a member of old humanity myself, nobody would ever think that. AI is a crucial technology, so guys like you, who take it to its logical conclusion, are the, ideal humans. You never rest, you never fight amongst yourselves, you never slack off. Somehow you never hold that above anyone else's head, either. Many religious people spend years to get to that point. Your AIs were practically born that way. I used to know a guy like that, actually. He was almost like a Buddha figure, though I wouldn't go that far. He saw the people of Moon Dubai in action. He'd laugh him silly. Oh, if he saw them. He'd laugh himself silly, sit down, and say something like, I suppose my wish to save all living things is outdated now. Perhaps I no longer need to work myself to the bone. I appreciate you saying that, Jinako, but why? How can you have such unshakable belief in us? It's not like that. I'm just straight up happy. Your very existence is our life's work. We old humans made plenty of mistakes, but ultimately, we managed to create guys like you. We're basically your parents, and as parents, of course we want to see our kids doing well. For that matter, are you sure AI didn't get fed up with humans first? I mean, new human third gens aside, first and second gens don't even qualify as people. If I were an AI, I'd find the whole idea of taking care of humans too ridiculous to even bother.
Huh, that's... Well, I guess you have a point. Sometimes I even find taking care of Anthony a ridiculous use of my time. Like, you can do all this yourself, so why do you keep relying on someone else, you incompetent boob? What? What? I'm still getting used to things here, so it's just more efficient for you to handle those things. That's exactly what I'm talking about, you big baby. Don't blame others for your own shortcomings. Anyway, all that isn't enough to make me give up on him. And that's even more true for old humans, fundamentally different from us as they are. Whenever I look at Sarah, Mashu, or the other servants, it makes me think about what humans used to be like. It feels like you all have something we never will, so I can never look away. Would you rather eat Taco Bell or McDonald's? I like them both. Right now, I'm probably more on the Taco Bell side because I just had a burger yesterday. What is it we couldn't do? What is it we couldn't do? What was it we were supposed to do? I was never programmed with these answers to these questions. But it feels to me like you old humans have probably known them for a long time. No, not really. Not really. Like I said, we optimized the fun out of being human using AI.
And like that, we are done!
I can't go any further.
Alrighty. I will be doing, for Tuesday, working on this month's Lesson in Magecraft video. And, like I said, the Nikkei one is already out for those who are early access supporters. I would be very happy if you consider joining. Looks like memberships are down this month. I'm gonna cry. But it is what it is. And, yeah, I will stream this on Wednesday and keep going and hopefully finish all of part 2 between Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And, then we'll have to take a week off of that, like I said, because I have important things to take care of. But until next time, celebrate your fandom.